This program is brought to you by the following proud sponsors: Paulson Manufacturing, saving the eyes and lives of workers and first responders by manufacturing the highest quality and most reliable safety protective gear in the world. And by the Alltech Media Group, the region's leading multimedia video production and marketing company, creating powerful and innovative marketing strategies that deliver exponential returns.
This is Jeff Allen for Manufacturers Corner. APICS is the nation's leading professional association for supply chain and operations management. It was founded in Cleveland in 1957 as the American Production and Inventory Control Society. The organization is based now in Chicago with regional chapters nationwide, serving tens of thousands of members from an estimated 10,000 companies coast to coast. In May, APICS Inland Empire chapter hosted a symposium to discuss emerging and innovative manufacturing and distribution trends. Manufacturers Corner was invited to the event by chapter president Lisa Anderson, who introduced us to a number of special guests and business leaders. I had the opportunity to speak with many of them about the importance of innovation to inland Southern California's growing manufacturing sector. Lisa Anderson is with us, and Lisa, LMA Consultants, and also, too, president of the regional chapter of APICS, too. Lisa, thanks for taking the time.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Well, thanks also, too, for having us. Tell us a little bit, though, about what APICS is, what it does, and who it benefits.
APICS is the #1 trade association supporting manufacturing and distribution, supply chain and operations type topics. So it helps manufacturers and distributors find ways to increase the value of their companies.
Now, innovation is kind of the theme of this event. Tell us, Lisa, what innovation means to you. We've heard some panelists talk about it today, but there are a lot of different definitions. What does it mean to you?
I see innovation as a way of raising the bar, as opposed to problem solving where you start at a standard performance level and you solve a problem, you get back to it. Innovation takes you to a whole new level of performance.
Okay, so at the end of the day, at the end of the event today, what is the one takeaway you want your guests here and your participants to kind of take away and go home with?
I'd really like them to give innovation a try. In order to innovate, you have to be willing to fail. And if we had more people who were willing to give things a try, set it up in an environment where you may not, lose your hat, but that you can really succeed and give innovation a try, and you'll be really thrilled with the results. And it can work across the board for manufacturers, distributors, and transportation. And really, in today's environment, collaborating with your customers and suppliers is really a key in terms of supply chain innovations and ideas for innovation.
How important is innovation today, in today's manufacturing space in particular?
Well, innovation takes many forms. It's everything from a small problem that you find an intelligent solution for, something new, a better way of doing things, to really transformative change. And the world is changing faster and faster, and if you're not continuously improving, you're going to get passed up by your competitors.
What do you believe is probably the biggest challenge in terms of overcoming hurdles toward thinking in a more kind of innovative way?
The biggest challenge that most organizations face is they're organized by function. And so people will innovate in their area only on things they can get done this year because they got to get their bonus at the end of the year, versus a system thinking approach where you're looking across the enterprise, encouraging the functions to work together to make improvements with a long-term view. Sometimes we start things that actually going to cost money this year, but the payback will come in year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5.
In terms of manufacturing today, we're seeing kind of a renaissance of that in this country. How important is it to you in terms of the overall economy in the United States to see that resurgence continue in manufacturing?
I think it's essential to our economy, and it's the main reason I love doing what we do is we're helping companies really transform to create competitive advantage and keep jobs in America.
I'm speaking with Cece Vest, and she's with Midpoint Bearing in Ontario. And Cece, glad to have you with us. Thanks for taking a moment.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're in kind of the supply chain industry as a distributor, correct?
An industrial distributor of bearings and power transmission equipment, specializing in bearings for electric motor repair facilities, pump repair facilities, and wind generation, steel manufacturing, and anything that moves needs bearings.
Now let's talk about it a little bit, because you actually you work with companies in other parts of the country, and you've seen some growth. Tell us a little bit about kind of how things are going with your company, and kind of from your perspective as a supply chain operator.
Okay, we've expanded from California to Texas, from Texas to Oklahoma City. We have corporate engineer in Ohio and salesmen all across the country. We see growth in the wind generation, which we are now is segmented in. We primarily deal with electric motor repair facilities, and everybody has pumps and motors that have to be repaired, and we have a niche market with that industry.
In terms of manufacturing across the country, do you see greater growth in the future? I mean, the potential for growth nationwide in terms of manufacturing as a sector, and it's contributing to the economy?
We have to be. We have to be a manufacturing company or a nation in the future. We just have to be. There's no question about it.
Cash Gokhale, one of the panelists here at today's event, is joining me now, and he's professor of manufacturing practice at Harvey Mudd College. And Mr. Gokhale, it's nice to have you join me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What is your objective when you go in to kind of mold and shape these young minds?
So I'll talk about my, but also college objective. What we are doing is we are teaching the students not a topic, but we are teaching them how to be innovators, how to solve problems, and how to be the future leaders. So the whole curriculum is designed towards that. So it's a general engineering program. We don't believe in mechanical engineer, electronics engineer, chemical engineer. What we make is an engineer. An engineer works in interdisciplinary topics. So they are good at mechanical, they are good at electronics, they are good at chemical, they understand all foundation. So now when they go to the workforce, they can be innovators because they don't understand one area, they understand all areas. So some of them want to go in manufacturing. And the understanding they get is again at the level of problem solving, innovative techniques and latest technology. Every student at Harvey Mudd makes a hammer from scratch, from a drawing. That every engineering student makes a hammer. The point is, even though it's a mechanical, many go in electronics, but it is a foundation towards that. You want to be able to be hands-on. When you have an idea, you want to go and make it very quickly. So how can you make these quick prototypes? They should know. Yeah.
What do we have to do in order to fill those skills gaps that are out there that apparently there are jobs, so many jobs that are being unfilled today because there are so few qualified individuals to fill those positions?
Yes. Introducing our students early, exposing them early in the game of manufacturing. What they are going to find is it is well-paying jobs, and the people who have the right skills can really do well. It is the fastest way to get to management, is manufacturing. So giving that exposure and understanding to the student. The students I have now, at Harvey Mudd, manufacturing was not an option. But as we introduce manufacturing, there are several students who want to take manufacturing as their career. They find it sexy, So that's what we need to do. More education, more hands-on training, and also make the manufacturing side of the courses more hands-on and more practical. So take them into the industry, let them do some direct work in the industry, come back and then apply. So learn theories but apply them.
Kusum Kavya now joins me. She's the Executive Vice President for Combustion Associates Incorporated. Kusum, thanks so much for taking time out.
My pleasure.
Now, you've joined us in studio on Manufacturers Corner before, and it was such a delight having you on as you're talking with Roy Paulson, and we also had you, we were talking about Exim Bank, and we're glad to have you again. Tell us a little bit, though, Kasum, as being someone who's been in the area, the inland Southern California region, working for a manufacturer in this area, how important is manufacturing to the inland Southern California area, in your estimation, in terms of the economic impact that it has?
Manufacturing is huge in the Inland Empire. The schools, the surrounding supply chain, and the economic value that manufacturing brings, it's surpassed to no other industry that I can name right now. Manufacturing has this multiplier in the economy. When I manufacture a product, and in our case it's power generation systems, there is steel, there is electrical, there is cable. There are these components that will have this ripple effect, and so others benefit when I get an order that is exported outside.
And specifically, your company is in the city of Corona. Why is Corona an attractive place for a company that is looking to relocate, whether it be maybe from outside the county, maybe in Orange County, LA County, wherever, or across the country?
We have been in Corona now for over 25 years, and there was a really strategic reason why we stay in Corona. First of all, the city is very business friendly. Their economic development department will come out and meet with you, talk to you about your problems and issues. Just recently, we had an issue. We wanted to have natural gas pipeline to our manufacturing facility so that we could test our units. And we were scratching our heads thinking, where does Southern California Gas Company, where does the pipeline end? And we were able to get a hold of the city of Corona. They got us in touch with the rep. The rep came out, and now we have a partnership where they're going to be able to bring the natural gas line in to help us test our units before they get shipped. I love Corona for their innovation. They're always looking for ways of how to bring business and politics together to work. And I love that about Corona.
Thank you again to Lisa Anderson for the invitation to this important event. If you'd like more information on APICS Inland Empire, you can visit apics-ie.org. Or if you're not in the Inland Empire but need more information about APICS in your area, simply visit apics.org. For Manufacturers Corner, I'm Jeff Allen.
This program was brought to you by the following proud sponsors: Paulson Manufacturing, saving the eyes and lives of workers and first responders by manufacturing the highest quality and most reliable safety protective gear in the world. And by the All-Tech Media Group, the region's leading multimedia video production and marketing company, creating powerful and innovative marketing strategies that deliver exponential returns.